My name is Percovich, and I attend Gulliver Prep. I'm a senior right now, 12th grade.
So what happened that made you realize that you needed our service?
So basically, I had a math tutor before I joined your service, and it was improving my grade, but not by a lot. And I had a very low math score at the beginning, and it wasn't enough to what I knew my potential was. So once I saw your program on social media, and I thought it was a good shot. So I got in contact with you, and that's where it all started.
Had you taken like a PSAT or anything before?
Not really, because of since the pandemic, I take it a PSAT, but at home it wasn't very accurate.
Okay. And how'd you find this?
I found you guys on an Instagram story from one of my friends from middle school. He posted his grade improvement, and obviously I went in to check the Instagram page and started looking at all the grade improvements, and I was like, this has to be something good, and I just contacted you.
I guess ultimately, why did you choose to work with us?
At first, I doubted it because of the Zooming part of it, and it's not in person because I've always been a more in person learner than through Zoom.
Right.
But I gave it a try because the way you showed it at the beginning to me and my parents, and it made sense. Like it looked like it was going to work. And at the end of the day, I was right and you were right. It worked out, and I got the score I wanted.
That's what's up. How would you describe our program to another student? Like, what should they know?
I would tell them, I was just telling a kid the other day that he was telling me, like, I need to study for my SAT. And I was like, well, the person I did my math with, like, there's, it's all levels. Like, you don't have to have a high level of understanding of math to be able to join you and get a better grade, a better score. I saw kids that were in my class too that were a little lower and were a little higher than me. And it all worked out, even though you separate us into levels.
Yeah,
Not everyone's gonna, not everyone's gonna be the same exact person, and it works out perfect. Like you don't have to have a certain knowledge from before because you'll figure it out with that person, and you'll get them to where they have to be or reach their maximum potential.
in terms of what they should mentally be prepared for when joining the course, what would you have to say?
If I'm honest, it's nothing crazy because in the sense that if you just do your part, you already have it planned out for us to, as long as we just do our part and you do what we ask of us, there's nothing extra they're going to have to do. They're not going to have to be sitting there hours and hours and hours and hours. They just attend the class, do their homework that they're assigned. And for me, I'll explain later, I guess, but the videos was the key part for everything for me. Like the videos you have explain every problem in every test. It's insane because it's not like you have solutions to every test and then videos for one test. It's you have videos for every single problem. And that was the main thing. Like I relied on that the last 2 weeks of my prep.
And we should just have a an online course by itself.
And you could actually with those videos, they're like, and it's also efficient. Like you don't stay there 3 minutes talking about random stuff. Like you get straight to the point. Now I would tell my parents, like it's not like they're fast and you're skipping steps. Like it's self-explanatory. Like at the end of the day, you just if you don't get it the first time, you just rewatch it. I'm pretty sure you'll get it. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very self-explanatory.
And I guess how would you describe the virtual group learning experience you had?
It was defeated my expectations by far because that's the only, like, you could say, like, worry I had about your program, that I was like, he might be good, he might know what he's saying, but like I'm not going to be able to learn virtually, especially with more than one student. But it was a bunch of us, and everyone had the question. They would ask their questions, and most of the time, well, they teach you this everywhere, but as long as you just hold your question and you don't say anything, you had the answer because you knew already where we were gonna mess up.
Yeah.
And like it's always the same mess up. It's There's two mess ups always, like two common mess ups in the question, and the answer would be there. And then little by little, myself, I would figure out, like when I was more advanced in the group, like I would notice, like if someone got something wrong, I was like, oh, I already know what they did.
All
Like,
right. You getting
like
ready to teach. Oh, all right. All right. So what result did we ultimately help you get? Like, what was your final score and what was the improvement?
I finished with 720, and I started with a 580.
The
To be
140?
honest, yes, 140. I would say I've always been solid or like pretty decent in math in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, I'm gonna kill the SAT when it gets to the math. And I started with a 580, which was super weird, but you got me like since I'm good at math, but you got the hang of it and got me to understand it because the test is just at the end of the day, you just need to learn how to take that test. And
It's a lot of
you,
stuff that you hadn't seen in a while, bro.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of little tricks like little formulas that you just save insane amount of time that just blow your head.
And what has that result meant for you or enabled you to do now?
For colleges I applied to with a lot less stress because you see some people going test optional and it gives you a little bit of confidence that you're going into it with a test score that you're going to be able to use and it's going to help you in your application. And then also for the people that want to study in Florida, or I did the Bright Future Scholarship. I personally don't want to stay here, but if I ever come back to UM or anything, um, it's gonna help me because I would be paying a lot less because of the Bright Futures Scholarship. It definitely, I got like because of the SAT, I have 100%. I would get 100%.
And is there anything else that we should know, or anyone should know?
I'm not gonna say you're the only good math tutor out there, but I would definitely say you're gonna be the best one, the best fit for them, like by far. Like people tell me, like, "Oh, I have a good math tutor." I'm like, no, like he's 10 times better. Like people, some math tutors are gonna reach your, like they're gonna help you improve. Every tutor is gonna help you improve. They're gonna teach you a little, but you're gonna teach them to their max potential. And that's my number one piece of advice, I guess I would say, because of the whole like the amount of time that you've put into the program to set it up. Like you have 15 plus tests with videos about every single question, and it would be very hard to, if you do everything right, to not have a good grade score improvement.
That's what's
And
up.
that's basically it.
That's what's up. All right. Damn, that was good. Thank you.